So, here we go. Right, before I do anything, I'm going to do a shameless plug, and the shameless plug has a reason for it. Kate was saying this, you've got to have passion in what you believe in. You've got to sell it all the time. A complete believer of that theory. And the simple reason I am here is because my brother asked me a question a couple of years ago, back in 2001. And that question was really simple. Because I'd just left a company called GE Insurance Holdings, and I was the marketing director for the UK and Europe. And so it was the big six-figure salaries, it was all that stuff, and I thought I was the bee's knees, I really did. And I'd been in advertising agencies, I'd worked for the Bates Dorlands, the Hacker Hoders, all that lot, in places as exciting as New York, Sydney, Paris, etc., etc. My brother, he had done the similar thing. And both of us had just left our respective employers. Now, Michael had left his job, and mine was good, but his was even better. He was the head of strategy for Dell, for Europe, Middle East, and Asia. And he phoned me up one day, and he just said very simply, "Bill, what did the headhunters think of your CV?" And I was like, well, as you can imagine, he's older than me. He had the better job. I've always been in competition. I followed him into the advertising agencies, so you can kind of imagine my answer. Hey, they thought it was bloody fantastic. And he knew what I was doing because of that sibling rivalry. And he then said, okay, what do you think of it? And I said, Mike, it says nothing about who I am or how I do things. That is how we got onto this, and this is why I'm here. Because from that whole process, one of these silly things happened, is Mike and I looked at this whole thing of selling an individual using the marketing practices that we had learned in a combined time of 36, 37 years in major advertising agencies and client companies. And so we started asking questions like, well, who uses it? Why do they use it? How long is it used for? What's it need to do? Etc., etc., etc. Okay? And one company said, well, one headhunter said to me, he turned around and said, Bill, which book do these ideas come from? And I just said, it comes from a book which has not been written yet. It's by Bill and Michael Faust. So there's the shameless plug, and that is the reason why I'm here. Okay. Now, in real terms, what we're going to do very quickly is look at the purpose of pitching yourself, the problems we face, and then we're going to look at competencies. Now, ironically, competencies, where the hell